Legislature is set to convene next month, and for lawmakers, there is just no escaping the deadly pandemic and the issues that it creates for our state. CBS 2's Scott Logan talked with two legislative leaders with differing views on how to proceed, or if they should proceed at all.
I asked Senator Chuck Winder, newly elected President Pro Tem of the Senate, and Representative Ilana Rubel, the House Minority Leader, the same question. How nervous, how anxious are you about going into this session next month with this pandemic super surge?
You know, I think that's an issue we're going to have to deal with. I kind of look at it as we raised our hand and swore to the Constitution that we'd defend it, and part of that is we have to convene on the 11th of January.
But Representative Rubel thinks the smart thing to do is postpone the session until there's a vaccine in a few months.
But it is, as I said, beyond the pale that the legislature should be hosting the biggest super spreader event in the state, and that we should make our gathering the most dangerous place in the state to be, and endanger not only ourselves. I mean, some might say we signed on for this, but there's a lot of other folks. There are journalists, there's the public who want to have their voices heard.
The Idaho Constitution requires a balanced budget, and both Winder and Rubel agree they'd like to see progress on income and property tax relief. Winder also says he'd like to see code changes where the legislature has a stronger part in managing pandemics. So you think the governor wields too much power right now?
Well, I don't know that he wields too much power, but he certainly, in my opinion, and lots of others, didn't allow the legislature to play their role.
But Representative Rubel hopes all of this can be taken up at a later date.
And I don't know if they can line up the votes in the Republican caucus to do it, but I think I speak confidently when I say they have our votes to postpone the session.
Scott Logan, CBS 2 News.
Now, masks are not required in the legislature, but Senator Winder says there are plans to do some things differently to accommodate public health concerns. As Scott mentioned, the legislative session begins on Monday. That's January 11th. And along with Scott, Kristen McPeak will also be following closely the proceedings of the 66th Idaho legislature, keeping you informed on what our lawmakers are doing. Watch for their reports on air and online.